We got an advertiser on the screen back there.
A presenting advertiser.
A presenting advertiser.
Go.
My goodness.
Boom.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pick Central now has a presenting sponsor. Oh, my goodness. It is, of course, Game Time, created by fans for fans. This is the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. This one's so important, I'm going to read it. I'm not going to hand it off to Ben Mintz. I'm Brandon Walker.
You know this is an important one then.
Created by fans for fans, Game Time is a new ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. They crack the code on how to score deals on last-minute tickets. You got the playoffs coming up in hockey here. You got the playoffs coming up, or you got the playoffs in basketball out there in this country. You got a lot of big did you see the Garth Brooks concert in Baton Rouge this
Yes.
week? That looks incredible. Yes. He's going to be all over the country this year. Like, you can score last-minute tickets all over the place. The purchase process takes just 2 taps and 10 seconds. And once you buy your tickets, they're delivered directly to your phone. No printer needed. The app also allows you to easily share tickets with friends via text so you can get into the game seamlessly, skip the hassle, and enjoy the moment. Download the Game Time app, go to the Account tab to create a login, and redeem code CENTRAL, CENTRAL, for $20 off your first purchase. Again, let me say that better. Download the Game Time app, go to the Account tab to create a login, and redeem code CENTRAL for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time, last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Boys, first of all, thank you very much for Game Time, for joining the show.
I may have to use that as to try to go to the Rangers playoff game. I've never been to a hockey playoff game. That 20 off, man. I might have to look into that.
Seems like you figured out how to go to every game you want to go to.
It's true. Maneuvering game.
So, boys, I will start by introducing to the left. It is somebody that I think is probably exceedingly pleased with the New York Giants draft. We're going to talk draft. We're going to talk playoff basketball a little bit. Big F?
It's been good. I mean, the Yankees are on a heater.
Yeah.
Giants had a good draft. It was a good weekend.
Ben Mintz, you are setting a record right now. You are in the office for the second week in a row. Congratulations.
It was only half. I missed Monday last week, so we're on the, I guess this is day 5 in a row.
So this is your official. This is your 1 week. This is day 5. You've now done 5 days, 1 official week of work.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that. And I'm also the Honey Badger New Orleans news this morning gave me some pleasure.
Hmm?
The Honey Badger New Orleans news.
Pleasured you up, huh?
It pleasured me up. It did. Seeing him come back to New Orleans, man, a lot of excitement. Stephen Shea, of course, immediately tweeting out, imagine being this excited about a guy playing on his 4th team in 6 years. Go after yourself, Stephen Shea.
If he's a player, he's a player. And returning, I don't know, since Wednesday maybe, Rico Bosco. Hello, Rico.
Yeah, I had some things going on. But
You did.
I'm back.
I didn't say you didn't.
Back. Gave up the month, Megan. Fucking.
Yeah, she's
like you said.
She's on the heater.
She's a closer. She's been a closer
she's
recently.
killing baseball.
She's a closer.
Russian baseball.
Credit to her for taking the time out of her schedule to participate in this. Not everybody who doesn't work here does that. So shout out to that's her 3rd win this year. There's only been 4 months.
Interesting.
She won 3 of them.
I got to give her a lot of credit because I remember last year she was getting bagged on and unfairly mentioned with me at the bottom, and she is totally redeemed
Well,
herself.
there was a time where she
was awful the first few months.
Yeah,
she's great.
Yeah, she's been very good. Whoever's making her picks for her. So, it is a Monday, the week after the NFL draft. We got that. The NBA playoffs are in high demand. They're going crazy. You didn't go. I was surprised not to see you there unless you went after me. But Stu Finer's party yesterday, the Stu-pocalypse.
You were there?
Oh yeah, I
He
went.
brought the boy. He brought all 3 of the boys.
I brought all 3 of my boys.
I was surprised how many people went. I thought a lot of people were kind of like, they love Stu. He was so generous.
A lot of company guys here, though.
Fair enough. I didn't think the bike tour and whatever. Yeah, it's on my calendar. I got to go. I was trying to make it happen late last night, but
traffic going to and from was poor.
How it works.
Took me an hour and a half to get out there, an hour and a half to get back. It should take about 45 minutes.
I took train from Hoboken to Penn, then all the way there. It was about 2.5 each way for me. But you know what? Give credit to Stu. He talks such a huge game, but he actually backs it up. I mean, I thought he was pumping his point century. It was unreal out there yesterday.
Daniela's pizza picture is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Oh, I mean, that
you do
there
that.
must have been 100 pies.
Yeah,
like
you do
pies.
that though only if that's like the only amount of. The only way you can go through that and keep it warm is if like no one's eating and like, oh, the pizza's finally here and it's flying. There was already like tons of food.
Oh,
Okay, so
the grill was going the whole time.
That's a nice thing to do, but it was,
So the grill,
Crazy.
when I got there about 1:30. Ben Mintz got there a little bit after I did, and then like the first food option where they had cheeseburgers out, they had hot dogs out, they had a cotton candy machine, a popcorn machine.
There were bagels at like 10 a.m.
They had
too.
bagels, and then they started throwing on barbecued chicken. There were barbecued chicken for days. Then they started throwing on some ribs and stuff.
Wings.
And then I saw the pizza, and you're right, there were 100 pies. I took a box. I took a box home. I'm just going to go and tell Stu right now. I had 4 boys, and they were like, "Can I get a plate to go? Can I get a plate to go? Can I get a plate?" And I just grabbed a fucking box. So Stu, if I owe you $12, I owe you $12. Wasn't a whole box. There were a couple slices missing. And then as we're leaving, I'm walking out, and there's just a fully cooked pig.
Yeah, the whole hog.
The whole hog.
The whole
There's
hog.
just a whole hog sitting there, and I was like, I didn't. This is how redneck I am. I didn't have a plate, right? And there was a line forming where the plate, and just some women talking, and they're just, and I wasn't going to be able to get a plate and get back, and my boys are back. I had the pizza box in my hand. I went, I took the tongs and I grabbed a chunk of pork, laid it on the pizza box, and ate it on the way out. That was my plate. That's how I lived my life yesterday.
Roasted pig is so good, though.
So good.
It's unbelievable.
So good.
And it had the skin, the crispy skin
Oh.
too.
Anyway, you said it. You already said it. But I'll say it again. Stu Feiner does indeed talk a big game, but it's not a game if you can back it up. And the man puts his money where his mouth is.
Quote the man himself: "Promises made, promises delivered."
Correct. Yes.
Boom.
And I almost felt like I met a celebrity yesterday when I went to the pool. I took the boys to the pool, and because I've seen that pool in many videos.
88 degrees.
88 degrees, and yeah, that's right. It was a hot ass
bit of
pool,
it.
and I threw the boys in there.
did you get in? Were they able to?
I didn't. They did.
Yeah, kids don't care. They'll swim in fucking.
The water
The
itself.
problem is, it's when you get out, then
Right.
you're freezing.
Well,
It's like 60 degrees.
Water. So I saw it coming. I had them. I got them right into a change of clothes, and then they ran. And there were big bouncy houses, and then there was a huge gigantic slide. You had it loaded up for kids, and there were so many bros there, like 18 to 22-year-old bros.
Oh yeah, there are probably people just showing up. They're just like,
yeah.
Stu is like, "Come on in."
Yeah, there was security. There were parking valets. Like, it was, everything about it was, and the house
A ton of
itself.
people asking too, like, "Can you get me in? Can you get
The house
can you
itself.
get me in?"
Living legend. The man's an icon.
The man is an icon. Like, he is. I guess I'm saying all this to say this. So whatever, if you think some guys are characters, if you think whatever, and you see Stu Feiner and what he puts on camera, that's him. There's no joke. There's no embellishment. That's that man, and that man is incredible.
Who do you think had a bigger week for Long Island, him or Jeremy Ruckert?
I didn't see the Jeremy Ruckert video. I just saw
It's
its
great. It really
existence.
is great.
I do need to go back and watch it.
Literally, his family and his entire neighborhood are just like diehard Jets fans.
You also love Jeremy Ruckert.
I do.
Yeah.
I call him the pride of Strong Island.
Yeah.
Ohio State. He was the guy.
So let's talk NBA playoffs. You going on the DP show?
No,
You're not?
I hope not.
Well, what was all that focus over there? Who's going
Oh
on the
no,
DP
Jerry's
show?
just kind of
Jerry's trying to get
on
you.
Marty Jerry Terry. We were like, "Oh, the Belmont's June 11th, around my birthday. Like, let's go out,
Yeah.
film a YouTube video, put it on Marty Jerry Terry. Like, nothing involving Dave, nothing." Jerry's like, "I bet you if I reach out to Dave, like, we could go." I'm like, "Do whatever you want." Like,
Yeah.
the next thing you know, he's in a text, then I'm in another text, then Dan texts Eddie, "Hey, make sure you remind him that he asked to go. I didn't ask to go." Like,
Yeah.
this is what it is. It's the run of the
All right.
mill. Like, legitimately, it's on video. It's not like it's like it's not even word of mouth. It's just like.
All right, fair enough. All right, the NBA playoffs are going, and we're in the second round. And yesterday, two things happened. A, the Bucks told the Celtics, "We're not the Nets." Like, I feel like there was a lot, and I still feel like this. I called Bucks and Suns last week. A lot of people have discounted the Bucks, but they got that championship medal, and they also, you know what else they have? The best player in the fucking world.
Yeah.
And we can pretend it's Durant, we can pretend it's somebody else, but the best player in the fucking world's in Milwaukee. And they showed up to Boston, and they didn't get intimidated. They didn't get, stopped on defense. They just destroyed Boston in their own building.
I'd also argue they've assembled the best cast of like characters as well in terms of just like pure role players.
Yeah.
Maybe like Bobby, like guys like Connaughton, Bobby Portis, like
Grayson Allen.
like Grayson Allen, like all these like Drew Holiday. I wouldn't say like a role player, but just guys like they've
Having Drew helps with Middleton.
like so many guys have just stepped up and given them. Like I think Portis like 15 and 10. You got like Grayson Allen hitting big threes, Connaughton playing defense, hitting big threes. Like they've done such a Brook Lopez playing like a monster. Like they've done, and I was thinking even going further, like if they're able to get through this series and think about like, because what the prediction I made was Bucks Warriors.
Yeah.
And I'm already fantasizing about that matchup, like literally just small ball versus like just massive.
Yeah.
Especially if Middleton's back, like Lopez, Middleton, and Giannis in the court at the same time, or even when Middleton's not there, like Portis, it's still a huge guy. Lopez, like they're just a massive team.
I'm surprised Connaughton's having the career he's had. I didn't think he was going to be.
He's an athlete.
Yeah, I know.
And I think that's kind of what Grayson Allen, that's a separator. When you see a guy like that, like obviously you see the white guy, he's a guard at Duke. Like he's not going to be able to defend these NBA offensive guards. But I mean, he's so athletic, he actually can.
Yeah, they got
a little bit
guys
at
in
least.
the right spot. And
That's the thing
of guys like.
That's the thing about the NBA. There's so many spots for great role players. There's so many great roles. If you get on a team that happens to have big-time starters that can get you in that playoff spot, get you in championship spot, and you're a guy that can be constantly counted on to hit the three and play some D or to score 12 and 10 or 12 and 8 off the bench, something like that, you can have a great fucking career. Great life.
If the superstars will allow that, though, or use
superstars need that, though. The superstars need it.
It's if they want to embrace that, though. You know, you could see it where a guy, whatever. Like I felt like Westbrook a lot too. Like dribbled his teammates out of games.
Yeah, that's the good teams embrace it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
guys like him who just can't.
Well,
win
good
anything,
teams and good superstars are kind of the same thing.
Sure.
You're right. They embrace it.
I feel like everybody talks about the team. Man, Coach Bud's unreal.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he won like how many games did he win in Atlanta? Barely having an All-Star that year when they were the 1 seed. They won like 60-something games.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he doesn't get. I mean, people. I don't know. You don't always hear like best coach in the NBA. He's one of them for sure. I mean, he's fantastic.
If they get another one, he'd be undeniable.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be in a position to possibly get another one. Like the Celtics are going to bounce back, and I think both these series, like yesterday, right now you can get the Grizzlies I think plus 470 to win that series. They lost game 1 last series, and this is the Warriors. This isn't the Wolves, but like the Grizzlies aren't going to go anywhere. The Grizzlies I think will bounce back in game 2 at home, and that last 5 minutes of that Warriors-Grizzlies game was about as good as a playoff game.
Unbelievable.
It was. I mean, that's just what. I don't think this particular year in NBA basketball is like being. I don't think the casual basketball fan or the casual sports fan is embracing it the way they ought to, because it's really fucking phenomenal. I think it's really good. I think
we're not sure who's going to win it all either.
I think the league's in tremendous shape right now, but LeBron's out, and you don't really have Kevin Durant's out. Like, you don't have the marquee star outside of Steph Curry, but fuck, this is good basketball.
I think there's been the most parity amongst like these early series than there's been in a long time.
Yeah, I think
like first round, second round. Like we're so used to just seeing LeBron and then like the Warriors, or like even last year, it was like obviously it was new blood, but it was kind of like it got to a point where it was like, all right, we're gonna see Bucks Suns. Like now it's like we have no idea.
It is wild that no first game series went 7 games. They were all competitive. Not all of them, but most of them were competitive, and none of them went 7 games.
Wow, there was just great individual games,
and it shows you the separation of the teams. Like when these, I think there were 4 teams that got up 3-2 and went on the road and won.
Yeah, when they had to do it, they did it. You're right.
The Grizzlies did it. The Mavs did it.
All 4 of them.
Suns.
Yeah, they all did it. They got up 3-2 and they went on the road and took care of business and finished it out. But yeah, and tonight we have the Mavs and the Suns. We have the Heat Sixers. The Heat Sixers is interesting. It opened at 4.5. It's 7.5 right now.
No Embiid.
And then the Mavs Suns. It opened at 6.
And play close in that game. Sorry.
Even without Embiid?
Yeah, I still think they'll play close.
It's one of those like for me, it's like Sixers or nothing. I just think like you're like could obviously he could just go blow them out without Embiid, but
roll the dice.
It just seems like so easy.
On the 6. I'm gonna roll the dice on the 6.
Taking the Heat just seems way too easy.
I got to be honest.
Took the Heat, and I feel
I'm not taking the Heat. I'm not taking the Sixers. I'm taking the total in that game. But I think taking the Heat would be pretty. I'd be okay with that.
I don't follow you. I think I'm staying away. The play I like the Mavs tonight.
Yeah, I like the Mavs too. I like the Mavs.
How healthy is Luka at this point?
He's good.
They've covered 5 in a row on the road. They're catching 5.5 is enough for me that I feel comfortable with.
I think it could be a close game. Like yesterday was the all-time. So Memphis is +2. I love Memphis at +2. But I said, all right, what are you wasting your time? Don't dilly-dally. Bet the fucking money line, you pussy. Don't bet +2. Cost myself $200.
I have such mental FOMO of that. Like I always just take, even when it's like 1, I take it. I don't know why.
+1.
Yeah, I know people have given me shit about it before, like just taking a +1.
Yeah.
I just have a mental like blah. I'm like I gotta take the points.
Should
If
it,
they lose by 1, I'm gonna want to jump off a bridge.
money line's a loser, +2's a winner, and then it sucks.
Sometimes I'll just take both.
Yeah.
But then when I take both, I'm like I should have just doubled up on taking
The
the
money
points.
line, yeah, or the points.
Like taking the points, yeah.
How you doing, Rico?
Good. Picks.
What about the picks? We'll get to the picks
Saying
later.
in general. Like, I'm
Okay,
good to go.
just relax.
Sports. This is a great. I know you did that draft. I feel like was it in the fall of like sports weekends?
Right.
This is the fucking.
This one coming up.
Oh yeah.
This is
Derby?
a really good one.
One of the
This
best.
got to be the biggest fight weekend probably of the year.
Oh, so we got Canelo. We got the Derby.
It's always like the last weekend.
Canelo
of-
and a massive UFC card on the
like
same
the last
day.
weekend of college, like when you were an undergrad, like before finals or finals were starting the next week.
Yeah.
Or the like it's that wraparound, like they finish
Honestly,
it.
a lot
Maybe
of
you
times
got
this
one
is like
more
graduation
on Tuesday.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Like it's this
Yeah,
week
it's
and
Ole
next
Miss,
week.
I know.
This week and next week is graduation week.
Yeah, it depends how early they want to do it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
either way, like you're up there for finals week or whatever. The Cinco de Mayo, when it usually falls on, is even better. Mayweather fought forever. Canelo now fights on this. Playoffs, baseball,
NHL
Derby.
playoffs now too.
Yep, Derby. It's you're just going all the time. It's like it's great to be outside or in a bar. Like it's
Which brings me to my next point. Why isn't it warm yet?
Joe Biden.
It's 58 degrees. It's 58 degrees outside. It's
Facebook.
May 2nd. I want to go home. It's May 2nd. It's 58 degrees
I think
outside.
they're breaking our balls because it didn't snow at all this year. It literally just didn't snow. It snowed like one time.
Oh, one time,
even-
yeah.
And it was even like, what was it, 6 inches? It wasn't even like
6'8",
big.
yeah. Yeah.
Basically snowed once. That's insane.
Also melted fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really have a snow, and now we're just
They're dragging our balls along because of it.
I think summer has changed though. I think summer really is like June 1st. No, I'm sorry, June 15th to like
It's getting later.
Runs
I
later,
feel
though.
like.
September 30th.
I
It
feel-
runs-
I was
no,
gonna
it
say, I
runs
feel
I
like
think
they
up
got-
here maybe, but down. I mean, it's
No, I got
It'll be
you.
summer in the South next week.
Summer here is now June 15th.
It's almost
like October
I was
1st.
gonna say it's like hot in October.
Yeah.
You're right. No, it is
It
different.
really is. It's changed. Memorial Day weekend is like not the best anymore. I know everybody moves in, but like you'll go look at pictures this week. People moved into shore houses that we were in sweatshirts.
what's up? You want to? Yeah, give me an NASCAR pick.
I'm asking you. The race is on right now. It got rained out yesterday.
Give me Blaney.
Ryan Blaney?
Yeah, I just will always say Blaney. I don't know why.
Bush.
He likes Bush.
It's Kyle Busch's birthday.
Wow.
Truex. Who do you like? Okay.
I'm taking the birthday guy with that.
Gotta take the
Bush.
birthday
Gotta
guy.
take the birthday guy. Bush.
Speaking of birthdays, TJ, happy birthday.
Oh shit!
It's not my birthday. It's not.
I know. I just
January.
I wanted to see how many people I could
Got
get.
me.
Yeah.
Biggest sucker in the room always.
Yeah. I wanted to do more NBA draft stuff. One little discussion question before we get going into the NFL draft. Is the 3,000 hit guy extinct in Major League Baseball? We just had one. Okay, just had one.
No.
Miguel Cabrera.
No.
Okay.
No, I think 300 win guys it might be.
Okay, 300 win guys do look extinct, but I'm just going to give you the list right now. Robinson Cano is about 400 away. And
I hope he doesn't.
Didn't he get demoted?
He literally
today?
just got
I
sent down
saw-
this
I
week.
saw that blog.
He's a piece of shit.
he just got designated for assignment. He could be done. He's 39 years old. After that, Yadier Molina, 39 years old, has 2,100 hits.
Seems Zaz taking exception to Cano being a piece of shit. He took juice last year. He probably fucked some guys out of the minors, and he's a dog.
No, I mean, I was just laughing at the way that you said that.
Yeah,
Wait,
okay.
so you're just gonna bite the $30 million a year bullet?
Steve Cohen.
40.
So here, all right, put it this way. I'll give this analogy all the time. This is how I always do it in sports. The money, same way, like if you bought tickets to a concert or something, and you're like, you just don't want to go. The money's gone. You ain't getting it back. Playing him is now doubly your problem.
It's sunk cost.
Money's gone. To like try to get something out of him and not put out your best lineup, you're only fucking yourself. And we can do that with Cohen. The Wilpons treat Nichols like fucking
Manhole covers.
manhole covers. So like they were like, we gotta get this guy. He'll be an all-star. No, like after the fact. That's not how it works. Let the money burn. It's already gone. Play the best guys. Like that one, huzzah.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Thank you.
I don't think you're on one today, but conditions are favorable. If something were to happen this afternoon, you'd be on one. You're close. You've got the right mindset today to really. I just want to make sure we take care of you. That's all. You'll never catch a shot from me.
I mean, sometimes you got to put the non-content people in their place. That's what I say. You know.
Speaking of,
There he goes. He's waiting to hit the button. He didn't get it right away. So I love you, pal. Relax. It's Monday. I only fight with people on Thursdays.
what'd you say in the bathroom that Zah's half the man that you are?
You're a dick.
What do you say?
You said no, doesn't matter. Don't worry
I
about
was
it.
like, what's up?
Don't worry about it.
That middle pane should be openable, so you could jump right out.
Yeah.
Like, guys shouldn't have to run out if there is a problem.
I think Zah could.
He could definitely go through.
Zah could get here a lot quicker than you think.
Fair enough.
If Zah decided it was time to go,
But you lose the
he'd be on your neck
you
by
lose,
the
like,
time.
the real element of it. You know, like
Yeah.
the guy's got to go out the door, then he comes in this door. Like,
All right, Robinson Cano has 2,600 hits. Yadier Molina has 21. He's not making it. 39-year-old Joey Votto, 2,036 hits. Nelson Cruz, 1,900.
Or near.
Elvis Andrus, 33 with 1,878.
Oh.
35-year-old Andrew McCutcheon, 1,845. We're not going to see one.
McCutcheon only has 1835.
We're not going to see one for at least probably 10 years. There's 4 guys that I think could do it. Jose Altuve is 32. He's got 1,783, so he's 1,200 hits away. And by the end of this year, who knows how many? Let's say he'll be 1,100 hits away.
Maybe.
And then you got Freddie Freeman, who is 1,729. He's 32 years old.
He just
So.
signed a massive contract, long contract.
Yeah.
Mike Trout isn't even halfway there yet. He's 30 years old. He has 1,441 as of
He's
right
healthy.
now.
And he gets pitched. He gets pitched around so much
I don't know
though.
if
It's
he could be a
hard for him to
lock,
get a ton of
He
hits.
leads the league in walks every year.
No,
Yeah.
I said if he had like stayed healthy, he would be a lock. If he could stay healthy.
And he doesn't like his good years in hits are like 175. He never has 200 hit years. And then Manny Machado, maybe the best bet on the board, 29 years old, 1,458.
Okay.
So he's not quite halfway, but by the end of the year he will be.
No, you're right.
Well, that sounds
I didn't realize it was.
It's not looking great for 3,000 hit guys over the next decade.
But is there anybody who's played like 4 years with 900 or 5 years with 1,000?
I don't know,
Are
but
there guys
I would think-
rising?
I
You
would-
know what I mean?
I would think Juan Soto is going to be one to watch over the coming years. If Acuna could stay healthy, he wouldn't be a bad bet either.
Him starting so young, yeah.
Yeah.
What about Harper? I know he's had some years as average, but I mean, just because he was in the show so young.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one. I didn't see him on the list. Okay, he's 31st on the list right now. He's 29 years old with 1,295 hits. So he's
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
1,300. So he's
It's just I think that period of like
doubles his hits. He's still 400.
we're
away.
still kind of in it, but it looks like it's changed a little bit. But like for so many, like guys just didn't care about strikeouts. They were okay with strikeouts. They were swinging for the fences. Like everybody was striking out. Strikeouts were through the roof.
Yeah, but 300 win guys, they might be done forever.
He's like, doesn't Kershaw like just have like 200?
Yeah.
And he would be like the
I don't
close.
think Verlander has that
What
many.
about
like the
Scherzer?
first
How many
thing you think
Scherzer
of.
have?
I think similar, like low, like very low
Well,
200s. Like
There are also there is a lot of elements too, and if you play fantasy baseball here and there, like there is a luck element to wins as well.
for sure.
That's why a lot of guys like went.
I mean, look at like a
wins
DeGrom.
plus quality starts. Yeah, DeGrom is the exact example.
Have
Cy
a
Young
2
was
ERA
so
and go like
yeah,
9 and
I mean,
13.
he goes 0-0 and into the eighth. Like, what are you supposed to do?
All right, here are your
Like,
wins leaders. 39-year-old Justin Verlander has 228 wins.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm surprised he couldn't get to 300.
38-year-old Zach Greinke has 219 wins. 37-year-old Max Scherzer has 194 wins.
wow.
34-year-old feels like Clayton Kershaw's older than 34. 34-year-old Clayton Kershaw has 188 wins.
Crazy.
40-year-old Adam Wainwright has 186 wins, and then nothing. Madison Bumgarner, Johnny Cueto, David Price.
Look how far DeGrom is down that list.
I mean, he probably doesn't have.
Insane,
He's
dude.
definitely under 100 for sure.
What's DeGrom at?
I haven't got to him yet.
I'm guessing under 100.
Probably.
And just wins.
I didn't
I
think
mean,
it was that low.
Well, the one year he like won Cy Young,
Fuck
he was
is
like,
he?
he didn't even have like 10
All right,
wins. 'cause
I had
the
to skip
team-
him. Hold on. I must have missed him. All right, Trevor Bauer, Jose Quintana, Sonny Gray, Derek Holland, Jacob DeGrom is 30th. He's 34 years old. He has 77
I knew
wins.
34?
He's 34?
Well, that's also what I was gonna say too. The year he won Rookie of the Year, he was like 25.
Yeah, he has 77 wins. That's crazy.
But if you, I bet you he has. How many games has he started?
Like, is he going to go?
How many games has he started?
His
If there's a way to look up quality starts,
innings
I
pitched.
bet you he's got like 3/4 of it.
His innings-
yeah,
like
for sure.
70%. Like
innings pitched is 1261. I don't know. For a comparison, Like I don't know. Kershaw is 34, has 24.77.
Yeah, I mean he's a Met.
It's
That's how it
twice.
works.
They're the same age. Kershaw has twice the innings.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I mean, it's just when you get into the league.
If DeGrom could stay healthy and throw a couple of Cy Young campaigns out there, right? What if he did that? Could he make the Hall of Fame with like 100 career wins?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
I think people are just more understanding now how wins just aren't like should not be looked at as the true like pitcher stat. ERA is the true like how good of a pitcher you are, especially if you sustained it over a long period of time.
Speaking of the pitchers, y'all see that Bauer suspension?
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years.
I hate to talk college baseball real quick, but Tony Vitello is the biggest bitch in America.
He's unreal. You see him bump the umpire
Tennessee's coach. First of all, Tennessee is the best team in the country by far. He might be the best coach in the
What he's done there.
Manager.
I mean, they don't even have like much
it's
tradition.
coach in baseball.
Yeah, he doesn't really.
College
They
baseball.
don't even have tradition, really.
I don't know why it's coach in college baseball, but it's coach.
Yeah,
Stupid.
All right, so he's the head coach of Tennessee. They're the best team in the country. He might be the best coach in the country, and he's a fucking asshole. That team flips bats. They'll shoot off fireworks when they do all everything.
He bumped an umpire 2 weeks ago.
But they do all the histrionics, and that's fine. I don't mind that. But the other day, Auburn guy flipped a bat in the direction of Tennessee's dugout. Tony Vitello walks out, grabs the bat, and throws it into the celebrating Auburn guys. It just
Can we see that video?
and then after, it's not as wild as you think. He just flips it, but he still threw it over there. But his guys are the bat flippingest guys in the country. And after they won yesterday, like Tennessee's whole team ran out and was like challenging Auburn to fight. Like they're complete assholes. And might be like if college baseball were a bigger deal, Tony Vitello would be one of the most polarizing guys in the world right now because he's probably the best coach in the country.
Yeah, it's incredible what he's built there because they don't have a tradition.
And he bumped an umpire
2 weeks ago. He got a 4-game
Give
suspension.
me your comparison to a college or like
Bobby
basketball, football.
Bobby Knight,
He's just a hothead.
Okay, Bobby Knight.
prime Bobby Knight.
There we go. I mean,
He's
sold.
he's a hothead.
Tennessee people do instigate.
See, I told you. Didn't I tell you conditions were favorable? I
Oh no, I walked over there. There was assaults being talked about by Jersey Jerry.
Yeah.
Was accusing assault.
NFL draft. Here are the winners I've got. Okay, here are the winners I have, and we can talk because you're a huge Giants fan. You're a huge Saints fan. You're a Giants fan. I'm a Dolphins fan. We had 4 picks. First one was at 104. I don't need to talk about my team. I think the Jets were the number 1 winner of this draft. The Jets with Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Jermaine Johnson, all in the first round. But
Fair.
Brees
But,
Hall could be good
but
too.
let me just. But knowing everything you know about the Jets,
nope.
can they be the winners?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they can.
I think you got to give new
Guys,
regimes.
It's a cold day. It's a cold day in hell.
Can I ask you a question? Just real quick.
Yeah.
Who just lost the Super Bowl?
Cincinnati Bengals.
As big of a joke as the Jets over the last 20, 30, 40 years.
Fair.
I would say a bigger joke in some
Yeah,
respects.
Jets made the
That's
AFC
fair.
Championship.
I mean, yeah.
Those Bengals hadn't won a playoff game since like 90-something
Like,
until
that's fair.
last year.
In the NFL, we like to say certain teams can't do these things. Well, yeah, they can.
I got you. All right, that's fine.
We've seen,
New regime. I'm like hands off. Like let me see what
Yeah.
they do. Let me see what they do.
but the Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Jermaine Johnson. Then they got Brees Hall, and then they got Jeremy Ruckert, who tight end wise, I think is as good as.
He's a great player.
He's gonna be really good.
It's a good two-way tight end.
And I think the Ravens, with their philosophy of just picking the best guy, they got Kyle Hamilton, Tyler Linderbaum, who's going to be a great center over the years. Ojabo is hurt, but after this
Great
year,
fucking pick.
he's going to be great.
Jabo's a monster.
They got Travis Jones from UConn, a defensive tackle that people thought might be a first-round
Yeah,
pick.
a lot of people have projected the Bucks.
And then they got, speaking of tight end that you get and with a great value, Charlie Kohler from Iowa State.
Really good, huge guy.
Yeah, the Likely kid too is good.
I like. They got Likely from.
Yeah, they
got
drafted
both.
both of them.
They drafted
Coastal?
both of them.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And they still have Mark Andrews too.
I thought the Lions with Aiden Hutchinson and Williams from Alabama.
A lot of bonking going on in Mrs. Hutchinson.
Yeah, there
She's
was.
a rocket.
Yeah, she
I'll
was.
get bonked. She's just a hot mom. That's a MILF.
I text Ev. I was
Straight
watching
up.
the draft with my dad, and he goes, "That's his mom." He's like fucking like a ball. He was like, "Oh my god."
Oh, I couldn't have been
Nobody,
faster to tweet
yeah.
how hot she
Nobody
is.
Just dive right into the ball.
I just said she's a smoke.
Nobody could believe it.
I thought the Chiefs draft was pretty good. They got McDuffie, the defensive back. Then they got Karlaftis. And then they came back and got Sky Moore to hopefully be their discount version of Tyreek Hill.
A lot of people were talking about them taking Sky Moore in the first round.
Yeah.
Dude, how about Strong didn't even get drafted?
I know. I was so we.
Yeah,
knee must be
his
really
knee must
bad.
Be just toast.
that or there's something other stuff.
I mean, even the big guys like Jeremiah's and these guys were talking about him basically being like the 5th quarterback, 6th quarterback.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go undrafted?
Eagles, which is weird because I mean, imagine him and Jalen Hurts running the same offense.
He's a good guy in practice, though. He can. Throw
I
it,
still,
like,
I
practicing
still
against
swear
a big
there's no
arm.
one in this class that has a better like pure arm talent than him.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
even in the draft guys on Thursday and Friday night when they would say, this guy looks very good. He doesn't have the best arm in the draft. That's Carson Strong. But I'm like, okay, well, Carson Strong's got the best arm in the draft. Maybe somebody ought to draft him.
He just can't move. I mean, his knee must just be terrible.
His kid's never gonna get a shot. But Skylar Thompson, I love that he got drafted.
I can't believe he got drafted.
They're gonna make him like a tight end.
I don't know what they're
like,
gonna do.
Is he on special teams too?
I don't know what they're.
I just loved him at Kansas State. I did.
Yeah.
That team was reliable.
You've just been chasing Colin Klein for like 10 years.
Colin Klein was good to me. Then whoever the fuck, I lose track. Who was in between? They had another kid that was good after him, and then Skylar Thompson. And they're all the same.
forever.
And who's the current
They're
kid now?
fullbacks at
The
quarterback.
backup, the kid Will something or
Well,
I don't know who they will, whatever they are.
Howard.
Will Howard. They're all cut from the same cloth.
Kansas State's just your teams,
I mean,
right?
they're just big white guys.
Carl, we
That
talked
can,
about it
like,
on Hot
run
Ice.
power.
Carl was like, "Why would you get a framed picture of Bill Snyder, like autographed, being carried off the field?" And I sent him a screenshot of what Kansas has done to Kansas State since like 2011 when I started betting it. Dude, they beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Any guy like that is like, I just love Kansas State. When
It's a shame. It might be coming to an end. I just like Leipold.
I love Leipold.
I think it's eventually things might turn a little bit at least.
I think the Giants were a winner in this draft with Kayvon Thibodeau, Evan Neal.
Yep.
I love Wandale Robinson
I do
from
too.
Kentucky. I think that's what they drafted Wandale Robinson to get what they thought they were getting with Kadarius Toney. Now, Kadarius Toney may or may not end up being a star, but he's obviously got some issues that are keeping
It's
that
just
from
funny
happening.
because so many people were tweeting, be like, "Oh, like either Reach or saying you got too many receivers." I'm like, we didn't have a receiver that caught a single touchdown pass last year. This is a new regime as far as I'm concerned. We have no receiver.
I hadn't watched a lot of Kentucky, and I text you. Who was the Bama guy who went right after?
Was it
Mechie?
Mechie.
That worries me a little bit. Like
Wandale Robinson is
I'm
a
telling you.
fucking stud.
I get it.
He's good at Nebraska, too,
watch,
before he
watch
transferred.
these games. I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
all right.
he was like
I loved Mechie.
he was
so
like their
it's
best player on their offense. He
Yeah.
was unbelievable.
Kentucky's done that with 2 receivers in a row when Lynn Bowden Jr. was their best player a couple years ago, and Wandale Robinson was better than Lynn Bowden Jr.
Plus, Bama receivers are,
I mean, like he put up over 100 catches, 1,300 yards in the SEC. That's in like 12 games.
with Will Levis throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Will Levis isn't good.
You know they're saying Will Levis is going to go in the first round.
I
next
know,
year?
which is crazy. I don't
Every
know.
like early mock
What
has
are
him in
they
the first
watching?
round.
they said Carson.
A lot of people said a lot of things
A lot
about a
of
lot of
these
quarterbacks
true.
that fit Howell and
That's fair.
Crowell
That's
and
fair.
all kinds of stuff too.
I got one more player I like. Stingley's gotten all the credit. Eli Ricks said LSU's got all. Cordell Flott was their best cornerback the last couple of years.
Giving an SEC corner. Or,
He's only like 175,
LSU
so he
corner.
fell because he's small.
that was one that people were giving us shit. They were saying that he could have got him way later. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. Like if he's a guy, he's a guy. Like no one's gonna care where you drafted him if he's a good player. Matter.
I thought the Steelers getting Kenny Pickett and then saying, you know what, Kenny, if you're going to be our guy, here's George Pickens in the second round. Like Pickett and Pickens, I always love when a team does that. Remember when the Chargers got LaDainian Tomlinson and Breeze in the same draft? They're like, we need get better offensively. So we're going to get better offensively right now.
They got the Memphis receiver,
That's what I
Austin
was just
kid. The
gonna
Memphis
say.
kid can fly.
They got DeMarvin Leal from Texas A&M, the defensive tackle. I
He was
love.
getting like first round buzz too at some point.
What would you have thought about this? I was watching, obviously, with my dad. He's a Jet fan. I went the other way, which he was fully on board with. He was like, the Jets should try to get a unit, like make a good unit. He wanted Sauce, and then he said, get Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah.
Like, go get it. Build this.
Dominate a part of the football
dominate
field.
some part of it. Be like, all right, here we go. Like,
No, I not that it's dominant, but they're kind of doing that offensively. Like offensively, they got the quarterback last year, they got the running back this year, they got a receiver this year. Like they're putting the pieces on the chessboard on the offensive side, heavy. So I think and then they get a big tackle last year as well.
Yeah, they
got the Louisville.
drafted Becton,
Yeah.
who played great as a rookie.
Did you see Pickens' reaction to him getting drafted?
I did not see Pickens' reaction.
Maybe the most intimidating draft reaction of all time.
Can we watch? What's going on here?
That's him.
What's he wearing on his head?
Why does he look like one of the aliens from Men in Black?
I don't know, but I'd
his
be
body
fucking
like that?
terrified if I was playing that next.
So I think that's a man that says every single
Also,
fucking team's gonna
wait.
regret not taking me.
I think this is ridiculous TV placement in this room. Can we just go from the start? It's like in a little enclave or an alcove in that room. It should be over there.
Maybe if at any point he wanted to be by himself. I don't know. Whatever.
But no major fanfare, no huge party or anything. He's just ready to go to work.
Literally just like his parents.
Yeah, he's
and
like,
his
all right,
sister.
go time.
You can see he's like going to go to his room and get his Steelers jersey and just put it on.
Yeah.
He's gonna go outside and just like run.
They're building something too. I'm excited for Pickett. You want these guys to be in situations where they can. All right, Najee Harris is good. He's good. Like
They got
great
dudes.
coach, good culture.
I mean, Claypool, they got dudes.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, as long as Matt Canada's there, their ceiling's low because he's such a shitty offensive coordinator.
All right.
He's one of the worst.
And my last winner again. I skipped one. I skipped the one at the very. I have two more winners. Eagles getting Jordan Davis,
And AJ.
Nakobe Dean, AJ Brown. And they got Cam Jurgens, an offensive lineman from Nebraska, who's going to be really good.
Jason Kelsey handpicked him. You see that?
I think they're going to be.
It's crazy. They literally had him go and be like, watch over the last couple of years. They've had him do it, and he said this is his favorite center he's seen in the last
I didn't
few
know
years.
Well, there you go.
They literally had Kelsey. They interviewed him about it. He literally like watched film on guys and then they handpicked this guy to be his replacement.
I mean, if
That's cool.
one thing happened when Alabama beat Georgia last year, we kind of forgot for a second. They kind of made up for it in the championship game, but that Georgia defense was the best defense in decades in college football.
Yeah.
Decades. And they played bad for 2 quarters against the second, third quarter against Alabama. They played bad, and that was their one bad quarter all year, and we kind of forgot how great they were. But, I mean, if you're rebuilding a defense, Jordan Davis, or not rebuilding, but if you're building a defense in the NFL, Jordan Davis and then Nakobe Dean falling all the way. Now, this is either going to be remembered as a guy who fell for no reason. It's one of the worst falls ever. Or maybe teams were right. Sometimes teams are right.
Well, apparently it's just that he like needed surgery that he said he didn't want to get. That's my understanding, at least.
Yeah, but I
It
think
it
that
a
was
pec
even
surgery.
But then it came out like Saturday or Sunday he had been checked out by doctors and he said he was ready to go right now. So I don't know if that's even correct.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we haven't had a good linebacker in years. I would have loved to have him. I think we picked like 2 picks before that, I believe. I think that was when we took Cordell Flott.
And the Titans, the last winner, I thought they lost A.J. Brown, and you think, okay, well, that sucks. Treylon Burks is a very good, great value replacement. I love Roger McCreary, the defensive back out of Auburn. I think that's who all I saw was Giants and McCreary on Friday, and they traded up and got in front of you and got him. I don't know how to say his name.
How old is AJ
Alex
Brown?
Petit Frere.
Thank you, from Ohio
Tackle.
State.
He was like a big-time tackle prospect. He was like the number 1 tackle in his class.
How old is AJ Brown?
24, 25?
Yeah, this is going to be his 4th year.
Malik Willis and then Hassan Haskins out of Michigan for the Titans. I thought that was a very good draft.
It's so fucked up because I had said that I thought Willis was going to be a total bust, but now in like the 3rd round, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm in on him.
Yeah.
I just didn't like him 2 overall. I was like, that's crazy.
Where did they end up getting him?
86.
Who got him?
Titans.
So here are your quarterbacks.
See, like 86. All right, like now I'm in. Like I'm like, all right, like the guy with potential.
Here are your quarterbacks. In 5 years, which one's the best one? Desmond Ridder is going to the Atlanta Falcons. Malik Willis, Tennessee Titans. Kenny Pickett, Pittsburgh Steelers. Sam Howell, the Washington Commanders. And Matt Corral, the Carolina Panthers.
The Corral thing, I'll say this. He fell. I get it. I don't see how he could end up in a better situation other than what Kenny Pickett has to get on the field in a hurry. It's Sam Darnold and P.J. Walker. They drafted a first-round tackle in Aquanu, and he's got Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, and some weapons. I mean, I feel like he definitely fell, but he landed in a good. I mean, he could be on the field like very quickly.
I don't know who's going to be the best, but I do know that who went to Washington as well?
Sam Howell.
Okay, him and Corral have the best opportunity to rise above their current competition.
Yeah.
Like Pickett already is the comp. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like so.
No. Hold on. Desmond Ridder is behind Marcus Mariota.
Okay, I'll give you that too then.
Yeah.
But I think that those like being late too, people are maybe sleeping on him, and whatever you get is a plus. I'm so low on Darnold, and I'm so low on Wentz.
They both struggle to stay healthy like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
and with that said, I mean they could be out of the league in 3 years too. Like that's how it goes for some of these quarterbacks. Like guys don't really have patience, and you got to get the right break. But
How many 2023 mock drafts did you read this weekend?
At least 4 or 5.
I did too.
Read one.
You got Bryce Young. You got
Ohio
C.J.
State's got,
Stroud.
like, 40 guys in the
Will
top 10
Anderson's going to
potentially.
go.
So Alabama will too. It'll be like the whole all Alabama Ohio State.
Ohio State's going to be C.J. Stroud, JSN, and then Paris Johnson's going to be – Paris Johnson, if he came back a year after, could be like number 1.
And I can see Travion Henderson being one of those first-round running backs.
Yeah, but he still would have one more year.
No,
He was a true freshman last year.
this year he was a true freshman?
Yep. Scary, huh? Yep. You're not eligible next year.
He's not been in Ohio State 2 years?
Last year was his first year playing football. He broke all Maurice Claret's freshman records.
He's so good.
He's amazing. He's 18 years old, 19 years old. He's a true freshman.
He's still not my favorite running back on your team. I love that Mayan Williams.
Yeah, he switched his number. I kind of like it.
Who's 5'2", 240.
He's a bowling ball.
And isn't like a
decent speed too.
Right,
he's not
out there breaking tackles. He's just making funny little moves. I just love everything.
I like watching him too.
How high was Deuce Vaughn going?
I don't know that Deuce Vaughn's in the in the first round, but he is high in the Heisman odds.
Love that kid.
I feel like he's a guy you grab next year in like the 4th round. He's like Darren Sproles 2.0.
Fucking love that kid.
Literally in every way, he's
Literally
Darren
went to
Sproles.
Kansas State. Everything size.
Kansas State grows this guy about once a decade. Just this guy that they can put back.
They're a system team. So I said with the quarterbacks, like that's
the
how they
fullbacks,
are.
quarterbacks.
Yeah,
All right, here are your odds on the Barstool Sportsbook as of 11:45 this morning. Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm going to give you the top 10 favorites for Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
You tell me who the best
guess?
value pick is. Yeah, you can guess who the highest or the lowest odds are. Who's the favorite is what I'm trying to say.
Offensive, I think sneaky Breece Hall's got to be in the top like 2 or 3.
Breece Hall, as far as odds go, is third.
Okay.
Breece Hall is 7-1 plus 700.
Garrett.
Did I read that too? Also,
think wide
sorry,
receiver.
that now helps. They got Carter, the Jets,
Michael Carter.
from UNC
Last year.
They want him to be a complimentary back.
They want 2 backs.
catch
Yeah.
Right. They
He's
want,
good catch
but Carter's better taking less of the workload. They want Hall.
Yeah, I mean
That works for both.
Carter shined in North Carolina when he was
That's what I'm saying.
part of
Yeah,
a
yeah,
duo.
did
I
read
mean,
that.
Yeah.
Maybe they do know what they're doing. Maybe
2
the
running backs is the new star running back.
I got it. Maybe the Jets do know what they're doing.
I think they do know what they're doing.
I think this draft they.
Sal is a guy you
We'll
can
see,
root for. I
obviously,
will
but-
say that. But having read the papers and watched the Jets and like,
Also,
it
crazy.
just never goes
That
their
whole
way.
I'm not going to
Never
say
goes
I'm
their
not-
way.
I'm not. Listen, the Patriots. I think the Patriots' day is pretty much done. That whole AFC East outside of them, the Bills are maybe the best team in football now. The Dolphins have been doing things the right way. They might have got the quarterback wrong, but they've been like they had the Brady rumor. Like they're doing things the right way. They're figuring it out. They got Tyreek Hill. They got Armstead. Like they're doing things good. They're getting better, and the Jets look like they're getting better.
Can I throw out something a
The
little
Patriots
crazy?
will be the worst team in that division within 2 years.
Did you happen to see who the Patriots took late as a quarterback?
Yes.
Oh, Bailey Zapp.
Dude,
I tweeted at the Overs God.
I don't know. I feel
Actually,
like,
not even like crazy. It was like the 4th round. It wasn't even like
I
crazy.
feel like he might, if Mac, this kid can fucking throw in a passing league. Just keep your eye on Zappy for a little bit.
All right, y'all gonna guess who the favorite is for Offensive Rookie of the Year? It's not hard if y'all think
I
about it.
was trying to think of just the receiver on like the best team.
Olave?
No, come on, guys.
Pick it.
Yeah, it's Pickett. Pickett. He's going to be a starting quarterback. He's going to be a starting quarterback.
Yeah, he's got the most opportunity.
5-1, Kenny Pickett. Drake London is plus 650. He's second,
Mariota throwing.
followed by Breece Hall at 7-1, followed by
Wilson.
the 2 Ohio State receivers, both at plus 800. That's Olave and Wilson. Treylon Burks 9-1. Here's one that's intriguing to
Sky
me.
Moore.
No. He's on the list.
Went too.
Kenneth Walker III is 10-1. He's ready-made right
Where did
now.
he go to again?
Seattle.
Seattle. He's going to be their running back.
That's right.
Yeah, but they're gonna,
Carson's not there no more.
they're gonna be bad, right?
It's going to be bad, but like if he gets
A
carries.
lot of carries, yeah.
Who's starting in Seattle now?
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock.
But they finally, I'll give Seattle credit. For years, they ignored O-line, and they got Charles Cross, and they got another tackle third. This is the first time I've seen them invest in the O-line in like a decade.
Christian Watson, 11-1. I mean, he's going to be starting with Aaron Rodgers. Sky Moore at 12-1,
That maybe.
and then Jamison Williams 13-1. Now, who is your favorite to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, boys? This one's a little more difficult.
I mean,
Aiden
obviously
Hutchinson, huh?
Hutchinson's got to be up there.
Hutchinson is second. He is
Sauce.
6-1. Sauce Gardner is 9-1.
Would hope Thibodeau is up there.
Thibodeau's got to be up there.
Avon Thibodeau is your favorite. He is
All right.
5-1.
Makes
5-1.
me feel good. Vegas likes
What's
him.
I don't know how Stingley's going to do. I'm just curious what he is.
Followed by Hutchinson and Quay Walker. Quay Walker at 6-1. Hamilton from the Ravens, Kyle Hamilton, the safety, and Stingley are both 7-1. Trayvon Walker, the number 1 pick, 8-1. Sauce Gardner, 9-1, as is Devin Lloyd, the linebacker out of Utah, going to Jacksonville. And then a couple of long shots, but not like Nakobe Dean's going to have a storyline. Nakobe Dean is 16-1, and Jermaine Johnson from the Jets from Florida State is 16-1 as well.
That was the bet one, just pure odds. I like Devin Lloyd, sneaky.
Kyle Hamilton's a perfect Raven. Of course, the Ravens.
I love either of those running backs. Either Kenneth Walker III at 10-1 or Breece Hall. Like if the Jets actually Breece Hall is probably the better bet because the Jets probably going to be better. If the Jets are better, they don't have to go to the playoffs. But if they're 8-9 or if they're 9-8 and they barely miss the playoffs, Breece Hall could be.
Do running backs put up like blitzing stats though?
I mean, if he goes and runs for 1,000 yards,
I think they're so
scores like 8-10 touchdowns.
I think they're so plug and play.
Yeah.
Like that, you don't have to wait on a running back. You just and he doesn't have to be You'll see an undrafted running back go for 1,000 yards this year. There you go.
Roger Mitchell was close last year. The Jets thing's interesting. So LaFleur's brother is their OC. They're going to run the ball and then run play action off that. I mean, their scheme, he's coming out of that Shannon tree. They will be committed to the run. I'm obviously biased. Ev, I'm curious what you think. What do you think of Olave? I mean, he's sitting in a great spot, and he's a great route runner in that offense.
It was funny because I don't know if you caught this. Like, I follow Mike Thomas on Twitter. He tweeted it out like so long before they picked, so they obviously had they were ready to go. They have obviously told him, or he knew. No, I mean, I love it. I mean, I just think he's a guy I would just be shocked to see him not have a good NFL career.
I think Jameis has got to stay healthy, but I think he's a 1,000-1,200 yard guy.
Jameis, like we said, I mean, he's 30 picks, 30 touchdowns. Like he is. He
turned it over last
I know he's good and evil. He can be good if you start putting some weapons around him.
Well, in theory, it's Alvin Kamara, Taysom Hill, tight end, Mike Thomas, Olave, Marcus Callaway, and Deontay Hardy. If they stay healthy, you got some dudes finally. We'll see though.
Huh.
And who are the other two in that division? It's
Tampa's good, but Atlanta and Carolina are totally rebuilding.
Yeah, they stink. So they're
totally rebuilding. And
Saints fighting for a playoff spot.
Saints are win now. They're going for it.
How can you be win now with a bad quarterback?
I think they think that the defense is super elite, and in theory, with Kamara and you get Mike Thomas and weapons, I think they can win. I don't know if you can average 30 points.
Is Mike Thomas somebody we're depending on again?
I think you have to.
Yeah, I mean, the money game, you got to at least
he had 140 catches a couple years ago.
I know, but what's he like?
He's done nothing. No,
he do that now?
We'll see. I don't know that he can without Breeze because Thomas doesn't separate that much. Breeze's accuracy was so pinpoint that there were so many just went tight windows he'd fit in. So, I mean, I don't know that he's a 130 catch guy, but I mean, I'm hoping for 100.
Yeah, I guess with Olave on the other side, it helps a lot too. Helps now. I mean, it's not a bad team, but I can't see them really being a serious contender with Jameis Winston at quarterback.
See, they're just in this weird spot where, like he said, the defense is so good, you can't just.
Oh, they are. They're the Titans.
The defense is great. They just all over it, which I appreciate. At least they didn't just go reach on a quarterback because there just wasn't good ones. But I mean, obviously they could potentially be a team that's prime next year to maybe go up and get one or. See,
Jameis has only got a 2-year, $24 million. He's got a real contract.
The Saints are just too good to find themselves in the top 10 of the draft. The defense is too good.
Yeah, they got Cam.
They're
gonna
win. They're gonna win 7-8 games just off defense.
They got Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, and Matthew now, who are all definitely older at the end of their prime, so that they ain't rebuilding. No.
All right, so just a very quick discussion because we don't have time to really get into anything else. While we're on NFL draft, this will be the last day we talk about NFL draft. I was just trying to do a 2023 mock draft, but that article is just all over the place. I will be doing the 2023 mock draft in just a second. Yeah, Smith and Jigba. And then you have the big quarterbacks are going to be C.J. Stroud, going to be Bryce Young, going to be lefty out of Virginia, Brendan Armstrong. He's got a potential.
I was seeing also
Devin Leary from NC State.
Tyler Van Dyke
out of
Miami.
Slovis available?
Slovis,
he's a Pitt now.
Slovis has a chance to do what Pickett did, but
see who Stephen Che had in the top 5 of his 2023 mock?
No, I did not.
DJ Uiagalelei.
I did see that.
And you want to know who was drafting him? Was the Giants, coincidentally.
That's wild.
He's claiming big bounce back year.
Well, if he gets it, he'll be the only one to get it because nobody else is.
I forgot he played college football.
I know.
How bad
he was awful last year.
It was bad.
And
I'll be honest, I forgot that man played college football.
And the thing is, with all the quarterbacks this year, Will Anderson might be the best player to come out of the draft in 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, he would have been the number 1 pick this year, 100%.
Yeah. Will Anderson from Alabama.
Not even like a thought.
And he might not go number 1 because he's not a quarterback.
Yeah, he could get him going
like
3
33 tackles for loss or something.
It's absurd. He is unbelievable. This mock draft from CBS has Will Levis going 5th. Will Levis stinks.
Wild.
Bryce Young, Nolan Smith.
They love to be like on potential.
Yeah,
Tyler
that is
Sort of
him going. That is Levis going above Bryce Young.
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's a great.
Gordon Addison from Pitt,
who's now at
very
USC.
good.
He's going to be well. He hasn't officially announced it yet, but
That's a whole man. That's an
I'm
uproar.
surprised we
in
didn't
college
talk.
football.
We'll talk about that. I have some thoughts on that.
What?
I think it's not as agreed. Like, I just think I understand, like, it's become the Wild West. But, I mean, coaches were allowed to do that forever. Why are people so mad with players doing it?
It's just
Like,
because
I don't like it's because you want to talk about money. It's literally like getting lured over with money. It is literally the same exact thing. The rabbit has the gun, and now everyone's pissed
no,
off.
It's just
you're
yeah,
right.
I got it.
You're right.
Same
I mean,
exact
it's just the
thing.
way it's being played out. Like kids are college basketball.
I get it where people
it's
are pissed
holding
that it's
out
like,
now.
Like I agree with your tweet where you said like, oh, like now is it crazy where a player like Pitt can't even keep a good player? Totally agree with that 100%. But at the same time, like the free market thing, it's literally the same thing that coaches have done forever.
For me, the only problem is college football is changing faster than it can keep up with.
That's fair. I agree. That is true.
And it's going to, and it will correct itself. The people that responded to my tweet the other day saying college football is dying, no, it's not dying at all.
No.
It's not even close to dying. It's changing. It is changing, and it's changing faster than it has ever changed before. It's been a sport that's slow to change. But what they desperately needed was somebody as a strong leader at the top of the NCAA who said, you know what, we got to roll out this NIL. We got to open up this transfer portal, and here's how we're going to do it over a series of years. And as it is, it's just the Wild West. Now, at the end of the day, it's better for players, which is better for football, but it's hard for fans to take because it changes the entire landscape. The landscape of college football in 2020 and right now are two totally different things.
For sure.
Two totally different things.
I mean, guys are transferring because of literally money.
Yeah, and
You had Tennessee giving guys like $8 million, which I think
they're
is
demanding.
it's going
money,
to correct
like
itself.
Hey, I
And
need
they
to
should be.
renegotiate.
It's
my
like they
deal.
should be
It's
now
like-
with what it is.
Well, here's
Yeah.
the thing. If this $8 million high school quarterback from Tennessee sucks, gonna be hard for a quarterback to get $8 million again. Like it's going to correct itself.
And that's a good point, and that's something I've been thinking about. Where like once you see a couple of these go south, people are going to be less like chomping at the bits and just like throw these huge contracts and NIL deals at people.
That's the thing. I don't want to say collusion, but I'm surprised that the coaches didn't all have like conversations on a golf course or a bar or a payphone that said like, "Hey, let's control the fucking cap."
Rico, why
can't go back? If we do 8 now, we're going to 16 next year, like you're saying.
these elite coaches are elite for a reason. Nick Saban knows he's going to dominate any rule out there. He's going to dominate. So why would he try to help the other? Like
I got you.
He's
Okay.
going to dominate anyway.
But I guess but give him a lot of money, but make the lot of money be $1 million. You know what I'm saying? You can't go. It's if you're going at 8 now, it's gonna be 16 in a year, and like you said, it's hard to come back.
My concern.
But on the flip side, a kid in 2 years will say, "Hey, you paid that $8 million guy a bust. I'm worth fucking 24."
Okay. Well, I had a take, but that takes a back seat to our breaking news. Give us our breaking news, TJ. That guy.
Give it up for Tech Guy Andrew.
Oh, he's okay.
Yes,
That guy
TJ.
Andrew, yes.
Attaboy.
All right.
What a guy.
That guy Andrew, engaged to be married, and he's in Ireland. Look at him. He's having a fucking day.
The unsung hero of Barstool.
Love that guy.
He's great.
Good guy.
Fantastic guy. I'll eat my point for later because Tech Guy Andrew got engaged. So good for him. We got to do picks. I guess I'll go first. It's a new month. I didn't play yesterday. Congratulations once again to Megan making money. Again, it's admirable for a lady that's not here to participate in this. Not all will do that. So I'll go first. 3 plays, all in the association. I like the Mavs, plus 5.5. I think it's a close game. I like the Mavs Suns over 214.5. And I like the Heat Sixers to score a lot of points tonight. I like Heat Sixers over 208.5. Those are my 3 picks. 2 overs and the Mavs. We'll start at the left, Big F.
All right, we got a little day action. I got Royals Cardinals over 7. Starts in like 20 minutes. I'm on the White Sox money line today. I'm also on the Yankees money line and the Mets money line. And I'm going to be playing the Mavs plus 5.5 as well. That's the card.
All right. Ben Mintz.
I have got the Royals with Greinke. I just thought it was a good price. I took the Astros against the Mariners, -130. I have the Mavericks. I'm off the Heat. I actually agree with what y'all are saying. It's too suckery of a side. I'm just going to do Mavs, Royals, and Astros.
Rico Bosco.
I'm on the Blue Jays. I think this is obviously the Yankees are playing better. I think the Blue Jays is a good spot. It's kind of a gear up type game. Two of the best teams in the American League. I like the Mariners chasing a plus sign, and I like the Sixers plus the points. So I wanted to wait to lock it in.
You just sent in Sixers plus the points?
I wanted to make sure you didn't mean Sixers money line and Sixers spread.
No.
Okay.
Where it gets hairy is that I sent him this text at 8:21. That line, like we said, moved. So you're better off just giving.
It's
It may go to 8. It may go to 8 or 8.5 too, because the Public's in
Right.
Miami.
So I'm not,
821 was
Gets hairy,
the
that's
number of my school bus when I was in the 3rd grade.
How do you remember that?
I was bus 111.
It was bus 821 for the first 7 years of school, and then of course we were riding home one day, and we were running around the corner, and my dog Bo was in the road. And bus driver just kept going, just ran right over. And then she was like, "Whose dog was that?" And I raised my hand, and she said, "Oh, that's too bad." And then my mom went out to her house and beat the fuck out of her. Anyway, that's Pick Central.
Fucking A.
That is
Don't blame your mom.
That is Pick Central. Rico, everybody, the Yak is up next. Once again, the Yak is up next.